Here we are at Bentrock Vineyard on the west end of Santa Rosa Road in Santa Rita Hills, and we are standing in the middle of our Chardonnay block. You can see the interesting soils in the background that help make Santa Rita Hills so unique and special. All that white diatomaceous earth that you can see in the cliffside there. But one of the things that we wanted to talk about today was determining ripeness and the different things that I look for as the winemaker to help gauge how ripe the fruit is and when the optimal time to pick is. So there's a few different things that we track. There's some quantifiable information like Brix level, which is our measurement for sugar, and the pH level, which is our measurement for acidity. So when we go out to the vineyards, we'll sample the fruit. We'll take a bucket of grapes back to the winery, we'll smash it up, and measure the sugar and acidity and have some quantifiable numbers that we use to kind of track the ripeness and help determine when the optimal time to pick is. But just as important as those quantifiable numbers are a lot of non-quantifiable variables, and a lot of that is just driven by my experience making wine here in Santa Barbara County, coming up on 20 years now. And so as we're going through the vineyard, when I'm collecting that sample and snipping off a cluster to the right and then 5 feet later a cluster to the left and walking the whole row that way, every time I snip a cluster off, I'll eat a couple berries. And I'm looking for a few things. The most important thing is flavor. How does the fruit taste? Does it start to taste like something? Other things that I'm looking for, I'll spit the fruit into my hand and look at the seeds. These are nice brown seeds. We could probably pick this today and we'd be in good shape because this fruit tastes really good. The seeds are brown. The pulp is separating from the seed, which is a good indication of ripeness. The acid's bright. Everything tastes in balance. Additionally, the fruit just feels a little softer, which also tells you that it's getting close to perfect ripeness. And then the other big variable, once you collect all that information, the quantifiable stuff, and then the stuff that's a little bit more tangible like flavor, texture, how the fruit feels. Once you get all that information, the other big factor is what the weather's doing. At the moment, you can see I'm not wearing my trademark winemaker vest because it's warm out here in the vineyard today. We're on the tail end of a big heat wave. The Labor Day heat wave that happens pretty much every year, maybe 4 out of every 5 years here in Santa Barbara. And so factoring the weather forecast into all the information that we know helps us project what's going to happen in a few days and helps us determine the best time to pick.